everyone. Welcome back to Racing America. Today we're joined by another KDDP finalist, Seth Christensen. Seth, thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Very excited to chat with you. I think just jumping right into it with the Cars Tour, we're just at Hickory for the throwback weekend. What did it mean to you to run that really cool throwback scheme to Alan Kulwicki there?
It meant the world. It was super cool to go there with the JC Motorsports team and honor Alan as well as talk about some of his previous races with some of the fans. There were a ton of fan interaction during the autograph session and just in general in the pits, just seeing people and telling me how cool the car looked. So it was really cool to work with Hooters and JC Motorsports to get that car looking as good as it was, and we didn't finish too bad either. One spot shy of a top five really isn't that bad for a car store race.
Not bad for a Cars Tours race at all. And just talking about the competition in that series, how has it bettered you as a driver to compete at that level? Even too, I can imagine like the exposure for like your partners is major with the Cars Tour where it's at now.
Absolutely. One of the main reasons we go there is because of the competition and the exposure that we get. Just the level of competition, and those drivers get everything they can out of those cars too. So it's cool as a driver to go and learn from some of those guys, and my crew chief as well. We put everything we can into these cars. Mr. Alex Roberts with Air Performance does an amazing job with setting up the cars to go to Hickory, and we'll be going to Anderson pretty soon here. So hopefully we can go and have a good run with the Cars Tour again.
And speaking of Cars Tour JC Motorsports, you're competing with so many different teams this year. You've gone to tracks in Alabama, Michigan. You're all over the place. How do you balance kind of juggling working with multiple groups? Do you find it difficult?
Not really. Um, After a couple of races with everybody, the JC Motorsports crew has made it just amazing to work with in general. They give me an opportunity to race when I thought I didn't have one this year. So I'm very thankful for them and the opportunity that they've given me to build myself and to build their program as well as to go to the Shotco development team up in Michigan. It's been a dream of mine to race up there. My dad raced up there, his dad as well. So to be a third generation racer and in the West Michigan area was super cool, as well as racing for Emma Britt Racing as well. To go to Mobile and run very good in that Fury race car was super cool, and I'm excited to do it again.
And you talk about, you're a third generation racer with your family. How has it been to, learn from, your dad and things like that as you continue in your racing career? How instrumental has he been to you?
Oh, he's been awesome. We've been racing since I was 5 years old, so about just over 12 years now. So to learn from my dad and get some of the tough love that he gives me all the time has been very crucial to, in my opinion, my development. Also getting to learn from Alex Roberts and his previous racing experience, and everybody at GC Motorsports has just been an honor.
And then being part of the Kulwicki development program, I'm sure you've learned so much during your time here. What would you say has been the biggest lesson you've learned so far working in that group?
There's a lot actually. I had a couple struggles earlier in the year, just some moments on track that I've had to kind of learn how to handle off the track as well. Just getting to learn all of the social aspects of the Kulwicki Driver Development Program, hearing the legacy of Alan and listening to old stories from a lot of the board members has just been really cool. And to learn from Casey and Ryan and everybody involved, Miss Jane, everybody that just helps me get through some of those tough moments and as well teaches me some of the things that I need to do off the track. Getting to learn how to work with some of the charitable organizations has been amazing.
And even too, I mean, learning from like Casey and Ryan, but I feel like you'd also be learning a lot from your fellow competitors too. Of course, you were all competing against each other just for the honor of being the KDDP champion at the end of the year. But how much have you learned from your fellow competitors, like Derek, Taylor, and all of them?
I've learned a good bit actually. They're all really good at the interview stuff, and one of the things I wanted to work on going into the program was working on just my speaking in general during interviews. And Bryce does a great job. He's a great example to follow, and watching a lot of his interviews while also studying on how to make mine better has also been really cool.
Where you're doing great. Trust me, you're doing an awesome job.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think adding to this too, the learning aspect of things, you're involved in Speed U and then the Linear Technical College. I don't know how you do this all, but I guess to start off, how do you find that balance between not only dual enrolled in these two amazing programs, but being part of the KDDP program, having a full-time job? How do you manage your time that way?
I really don't know. It all just kind of I've again working with Casey. Casey's helped me a lot with the scheduling part. Just getting to organize my life really has been he's been a great help for that. just giving me lots of life advice and working on, like you said, all the different things that I'm doing. Like I'm actually at my job right now. So getting to do that and getting to go to Linear Technical College as well as Speed U this year to start my senior year. It's all going to be really cool, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds.
When we last talked as part of like the quarter one, I guess, meeting at the end of that for the KDDP program, you were talking about some of the things you were learning, like measuring different parts of the car, maybe working with some of the IndyCar like chassis and things like that. Can you kind of walk through what you've learned so far as part of those programs and how you use that to better what you're doing on the track for you?
Yeah, so not only just the IndyCar stuff and a lot of the open wheel stuff, it's a lot of road course stuff in general. Getting to learn like basic race car setup stuff. The machine and fabrication stuff has been really cool. Like lately, I've learned how to do safety wire. I've never done safety wire before up until I got into that program. Just basic stuff like that, and getting to use it on working on my own car has just been very crucial. Getting to learn a little bit more about Spring Smashers. They do a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's different in the road course world, so you kind of take it with a grain of salt. But just getting to learn overall what goes into some of the different racing or different corners of racing has just been really cool to learn from just the whole program in general.
Learning more about kind of the road course racing side of things with the cars, has that made you maybe want to go down a path of doing some more road course racing for your career?
So funny you say that. This weekend I talked to Mr. Lauren Rainier, and he said that that's one of the main things that I need to start working on. So I'm definitely going to take his advice and hopefully start to do that in the future.
Is there a particular road course that you're looking forward to maybe racing at in the future? Any that stick out to you?
I really want to do Road Atlanta. It's very
Yeah.
local to me. It's about maybe 5, 6 minutes away from my house, and a lot of stuff just through video games too. Like I ran a ton of laps there, like on iRacing or some of the other video games as well, and it seems like a really fun track.
That one, it's one of my favorites personally too. So I'm glad you
That's
said that.
great.
It's technical, it's really fun, and obviously, like you said, it's in your backyard, so that's really cool. You talk about things that you're doing off track too. The other thing I really wanted to highlight was your work with the Food Allergy Research and Education Program. Can you talk a little bit more about what you're doing there with that cause?
Yeah, so I grew up with a food allergy. I've been allergic to peanuts my entire life, basically. And just to learn about some of the other struggles that some of the other teens have and get to spread awareness online on social media and sometimes through personable interactions at the racetrack has just been really cool. It's really cool to hear the other stories on how people handle that. I grew up having to carry an EpiPen basically with me my entire life. And just to listen to other people's struggles, not in a bad way, but to learn how to better myself. Reading food labels, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure that I don't put myself in a position that can harm me.
And you talk about being an advocate not only for that cause, but in general, just being part of the KDDP program. How much has it meant to you to be part of this program and represent Alan?
Oh, it's meant the world. Getting to watch a little bit of the program in years prior and kind of, I guess, having good examples to follow. Ty Fredrickson did a great job last year on all of his categories, and just getting to learn on how people handle certain situations. Bryce is a great example. He does a lot of good stuff on the charitable side of things, and getting to learn how we can help people in general has been really cool.
And going forward in this program, you're now in the next quarter. What races can we look forward to seeing you in, and how will you continue to elevate yourself through the next quarter of this program?
Yeah, I hopefully we can get some better finishes. We've got 1 win or 2 wins under my belt. So I'm really excited to see if we can get some more wins. I keep saying that my goal has been to get maybe 10 out of 20 wins. So hopefully we can win, I guess, every race from now on. But that's always the goal is to win, obviously. But we need to do a little bit better on the competition side. Top five just isn't going to cut it. So we're going to work on that a little bit. I wanted to do more of the charitable side of things, getting towards to be in person at some of the events. I went and worked with the brakes program at the ZMAX Dragway and did a couple speeches to a lot of the teens about just driver safety and keeping the speed off of the public roads. So that was a good start with that stuff. I really want to help people in general, so working on that and working on the competition side of things has been pretty important to us.
Wanted to close it out by talking about your pro late model win at Cordeal, winning at your home track. How big was that? Like basically leading that wire to wire.
Oh, that was super cool. We unloaded with a different motor package, and it was really just a test. We really didn't know what we were going to expect heading into Hickory with a new motor package. So going to Cordeal and making sure that everything was fine. Found a couple issues that we fixed before the race, but overall we had a great weekend. Led wire to wire and ran against some of the best down there with the Robin or sorry, the Colin Allman crew. And Colin's a great racer, so to get to race side by side on some of those restarts was super cool.
It was a great race win, and hopefully the race weekends to come are awesome for you and your team. Seth, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.